don't frack. You frack, you never go back. F-R-A-C-K, don't frack. You frack, you never go back.
Thank you very much for making time and for giving your time to be at this meeting and be part of this process.
We're not part of the process.
Definitely not.
All right, so everyone that has come to the meeting so far and without fail has had a very strong objection to the project and the process, and that's been noted by the project team.
Noble.
It is noted again. Okay, so let me introduce the team that's here today. We have Philip Stain, who's the Chief Operations Officer from Rhino Oil and Gas. We've got the environmental team from SLR Consulting, made up of Matthew, Sako, and Marcy, who's been helping out with registrations. Their job within the legal framework is to undertake an independent environmental assessment of this project.
The greenwash.
Okay, my name is Alex. I'm the facilitator and the chair lady for today's meeting.
What did you get paid? Oh, I'd like to ask you a question about the introduction before you go in. Because this is a process of legality that you're required to do this because the law says you have to do this. The law also said there has to be a democratic process, and that democratic process means our voices need to be heard by government. So I'm asking you as the team, are there any departmental people in this meeting, the Department of Environment, National, Provincial, Department of Mineral and Resources, the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Health? Is Water Affairs here? Is the Petroleum Agency of South Africa here? PASA. Are they here? And if they're after, they please come to the fore, because I think we need to be clear that the opinions of this meeting will be taken into consideration. And this meeting is not merely a rubber stamp for you to go forward to PASA, get agreements, and then go to DMR. So PASA need to understand. Let me finish off. The reason why I say this, my democracy is not being outsourced to consultants. My democracy means that my government must talk to me, not a set of consultants. So until our government speaks to us,
and the condescending spin that is about to be served on us.
Exactly. You're not
Fracking is a violent assault on the lives and livelihood and the well-being of every single person in this room. I don't want to hear your stories. People, go home and prepare to defend yourself by any and all means, or you will have your children live in a cesspit. That is the result of this. Nothing less.
Our purpose of these meetings is to start of a process of notifying all the interested and affected parties in the area for our proposed exploration activities.
We know what fracking does, and a license to explore leads to fracking. That's the bottom line. You're not going to explore if you're not going to extract.
We did an initial 12-month technical cooperation permit, which allowed us to do a desktop study on the area, and which led us to believe that, in theory, from the desktop studies, that there may be a potential for oil and gas, but only until further exploration work is done will you actually know whether there is any real potential there.
They've asked for a public scoping report over an area of 1.5 million hectares, 95% of which is going to be illegal in terms of Section 122 of the new Petroleum Resources Act. And our understanding of Section 122 has got to do with well placements. And well placement basically states that within 1 kilometre of a wetland, 500 metres of a riparian zone, 5 kilometres from a municipal well site, there's a whole bunch of regulations that stipulate where an exploration well can be sunk. So these guys are asking to do and explore over an area of 1.5 million hectares. They've in fact got 5 applications across South Africa, and they haven't even bothered to do what would be a very, very basic baseline desktop study to eliminate nearly 95% of the area where they could potentially even begin to look at fracking.
We've taken this information directly from their background information document that they've compiled for this exploration permit. So we haven't made any of these up. This is what they say could be environmental issues that emerge if they do drill and mine.
One of the main things that we're worried about fracking is that when they're even just doing seismic testing, the potential for it to destroy microorganisms in the soil, worms in the soil life is immense, and it goes on for miles around the testing site.
We already have a problem with water in KZN actually, because there have been dams that have been drying out, and there has been people who are going, like 20 million people around the area of Ladysmith, for instance, have to rely on transfer from another catchment to that catchment, and that is one of my objections.
We reside in what is called the water factory of KwaZulu-Natal. At the moment, dam levels are dropping, the drought is biting and severe. We have reports that if we don't get rain within a matter of days, that livestock will begin dying in the communal areas, and we already know of commercial farmers who are beginning to downscale their operations.
Rana Oil and Gas Exploration South Africa. Who is the company? Who owns it and who's behind it? Before we build it into something we don't even know who it is.
Agreed. So if you would give us a chance to go through our presentation, that's exactly the information we're going to share.
Now start telling us about who the principal is.
We are 5 minutes away from
Sorry, excuse me. Before you go, nobody can hear you. You're totally unprepared for the overwhelming response to this. So I would suggest that you reschedule this, come better prepared, so that the thousands of people standing outside can hear the nonsense that you're going to share. I think we call this whole thing off. Time out. Come back better prepared. Okay.
Don't come back again. We would not have or be told who their shareholders are. And I feel we have a right to know who the shareholders are. Or does he not know who he works for?
Good day, everyone. I'm Philip Stein. A lot of people have been asking a lot of questions about who Rhino is. Rhino Resources and our South African subsidiary, Rhino Oil and Gas Exploration. We're a privately owned oil and gas exploration company out of the United States. Our head office is in Dallas. Our two directors of South Africa are myself and Patrick Mulligan, and absolutely not, sir. That's all wild speculation.
Which of the sons is in it?
So that is 100% incorrect, and I can assure you that there are no government affiliations. We've got nothing to hide.
Where does the money come from?
It's coming from the United States. I just mentioned the three founders and shareholders of the company.
Who's Mr. Muncher?
His background and information is on our website if you want to have a look. If you would like to know what Mr. Mulligan's background.
I asked you who Mr. Muncher was.
Mr.
Who? Founding director according to Subsea. Mr. Lugasani Daniel Muncher.
That was a director from. Pardon?
I think he's chairman of Denel at the moment.
Well,
once upon a time he's a struggle for attorney.
Well, he's not. That was part of the when getting registered here, taking a shelf company and changing our directors. That is standard issue. I'm sure a lot of you have registered companies in South Africa. If you're not sure how that works.
It's the first time I've seen a shelf company with the first director being a struggle for attorney, but then I've only been in practice for 30 years.
You say you're a subsidiary of an American company. Who is the parent American company that you're a subsidiary of?
I have no idea how Rana Oil and Gas, a relatively new company with a very inexperienced COO, was able to get 18 million hectares of temporary concession permits in a short space of time, which includes this particular application. I have no idea how you are going to conduct the baseline studies that are required to indicate the impact that will impact on humans' well-being and health in terms of Section 24 of the Constitution.
Now, the Dargle community and this conservancy is very well informed. They're extremely active in conserving the environment. So as you look around this room today, you're looking at a bunch of well-informed people on environmental matters. It understands the end result of what you're proposing. and this is my own view, but I think I'm supported by a lot of people here, is you've got your response. The community has come out in numbers. They have demonstrated that they are totally and utterly against the process.
Passive complicity. We do not consent, not at all. Not interested. Over my dead body, will you roll one fracking rig into the ground? Yeah. Get Who's against fracking? Get out!
Who's for it? Who wants nice water?
Yes.
You want nice water?
Of course I want nice water.
Okay. Who wants fracking? Who wants fracking?
Anybody
Sure.
Time frames, and that the response to that is that the environmental team is going to approach PASA to ask for an extension, to provide the time required to do what is needed to inform this process, and that's something that
Alex, we don't actually want an extension. We want you to pack your bags and
want
go away.
Shell and you. We don't trust corporate companies. We don't trust petrol companies. We don't trust it. You've got the power of money to bribe everybody. You have all the power and the knowledge how to manipulate the max.